morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, wherever you are. My name's Katie O's, Moon Mom Musings. Welcome back to my living room for another Astrology Peephole for today, the 3rd of October, 2021, where our moon is in a waning crescent and will transit at 15:38 Bangkok time to the sign of Virgo. Make or break. That's what this is all about, my friends. It's a make or break situation. This is a do or die. This is a you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You know, this is very ultimatum-y stuff. Okay, we've got things coming to a head right now. There is a very strong energy of things coming to a head, and it's make or break. Okay, the scores are being settled, the things are being illuminated, everything is coming up and becoming thrown in our face, and we just cannot deny that these situations that we've been dealing with, they're not just a figment of our imagination. They're not just something that pops up every so often for the fun of it. These are extremely important things going on, and we need to sort them out. We need to look realistically at them. We need to make or break this situation. You know, do we move forward or do we call it quits? Because you can't, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here in this state. All right. What do we got in the astrology today? The moon is is opposing Jupiter. Jupiter retrograde in the sign of Aquarius is a very it's expanding and growing, but doing things in a very different way, taking the old, reimagining it in its most efficient way, and putting it right back out for the world to see. Yeah. The moon is all about our cycles, about our femininity, about the shadows, about the darkness, about all of this. So I've got the expansion in a new way is absolutely inevitable now, right? Or you can just keep on overthinking. Yeah, you can keep on perpetuating those old cycles of overexpressed, ineffective, completely counterintuitive and balanced energy in Virgo. Virgo can be the master overthinker, okay? But Virgo can be the analytical nightmare, all right? So you can keep on doing that shit. Or you can just get with the times, yeah? And it's becoming very, very clear. These are energies that keep on coming back. We have cycles, yeah? And of course, everybody is in a different journey, yeah? But I feel like a lot of us are really, like, we have very, even though our cycles look differently, have different faces, have different scenarios or circumstances, all the circuit right now is going through these moments of truth. Yeah, it's the moments of truth. This is happening now. This is here it is, yeah. So what they're saying is this expansion, it does involve gathering more information right now. Yeah, you need to gather information on this cycle. You need to compare notes with somebody. You need to get everything together. All right, you need to get your shit together. Okay, they want you to compare notes. They want you to analyze your findings. They want you to look a little bit more at this situation through a more precise microscope or lens. Yeah, pick through things with a fine-tooth comb. This is about details. This is about detail orientation. All right. So the way that we deal with the energies that are happening right now with this moon in Virgo is paying attention to the little things. Yeah, getting in and realizing how important it is to keep everything streamlined in order for the greater machine to work harmoniously. Yeah, getting more information so that we can streamline our approach. I heard as well. There's something about the way that you're approaching these cycles that is just it's like you've got the right idea and you've got the right intention, but you're still approaching them the same way that you used to. Yeah, it's like you know what you're gonna do. It's almost like you have healed from cycles of your bosses taking advantage of you. Okay, you've healed from those cycles. You know what's going to happen. You know that if you see these warning signs, you're going to act right away. But now they're going, why don't you sort that problem before you see the warning signs, right? Why don't we deal with the preventative measures instead of just the reacting to a problem when the problem occurs? Why don't we avoid the problem from happening altogether? Yeah. And that's where this Virgo moon is coming to us, where they're like going, all right, how do we deal with risk management here? You know, I've mentioned this before. I was a dive instructor for a while. And I used to love teaching emergency first response and rescue. And part of my emergency first response and rescue course was often about going like, okay, the best way to solve a problem is for it never to happen in the first place. So if you can be proactive and avoid things before they even happen, then that's a great thing. It's like if you walk into a kitchen, you see a giant oil slick on the floor and the lights are off. Well, I mean, you know that if you just like leave that the way that it is, somebody's going to come in here and fucking break their neck. All right. So we are proactive. We're going to clean up the oil. We're going to turn on the lights. We're going to put a little sign. We're going to put some, I don't know, whatever you're going to do. But it's about it's about the attention to detail so that we can streamline our approach, change the way that we approach something. Yeah. Is if you did heal from this prior cycle, you know how to do it, but you're still behaving preliminarily in the same way, if that makes sense. It's like, okay, you want to have a better relationship, for example. You know, you don't want to call in the same old bad boy you usually call in, maybe, whatever. It's just a random example, okay? You don't want to call in the bad boys, right? So you're like, oh, if I date somebody and they do this, I'm going to know. But what if they're like, the whole point of this is that if you do this thing differently in your approach, that bad boy won't even be tempted to come to you, and then you might actually get somebody who's a compassionate, loving person approach you instead of just the bad boys. Yeah, does that make sense? It's like when you deal with that, the way you approach something before it even becomes a problem, then you might not even have that problem present itself. Old patterns, right? Okay, so the moon is in a sextile also with Mercury. Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Libra. And it's funny because the moon is in the sign of Virgo, and Mercury is the sign that rules Virgo. So it's almost as if the moon being in the sign that Mercury in retrograde rules kind of brings it back to itself. You know, in retrograde, it's got this Libra mask on, and it's going, I'm a Libra, hee 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 hee. But while we are doing this moon transit through Virgo, it's almost like we're getting a moment of reprieve from the retrograde energies, where it's like, okay, we're just going to, for a moment, have our wits about us and be really Mercurian again. But then we're going to have to go back into the retrograde energy to sort of solidify things. It's almost like it's like a check-in. It's like a popping up to the surface to just be like, yep, okay, everything's good, and going back down. Yeah. What do I have on my notes? Yeah, so it's this Mercury retrograde energy is not bringing its Libra vibe today. It's bringing its very normal Mercurian sense of things. Healing and backing up, I have here. The sextile is definitely it's a way to help us heal, to integrate this healing that we're doing. Yeah, it's that check-in. It's that pop your head over the surface, take a breath, look around, everything's still cool up here. Okay, we're going to go back down. I might be repeating myself a little bit today, but Mercury retrograde vibes, they generally are hard of communication. And now with this little bit of a reprieve, it's like, let's make it as clear as possible. Let's give it as many options to be explained in different ways so that it's extremely clear for everyone. Mercury and the moon, sorry. What is that? Yeah, that's it. It's bringing it back to the level. Yeah, bringing our Mercury energy back to its level Mercurian vibes instead of wearing that Libra mask for a minute. Okay. We also have the moon in a square with Venus. And this is telling me as our feminine energy is really stepping up to the plate now. Okay, our feminine energy needed for some time to sit in its receiving, to have this hermity energy, to sit back, relax, wait for things to sort of come in, do this whole, oh, lovely, isn't this nice, right? It's the Venusian energies were they were being, it's like the structures were being set in place for those Venusian energies to be healthy and exalted as much as possible, and healthy in a more comfortable place than they have been. Yeah. And now it's time for Venus to step it up, right? This week, Venus is going to move into the sign of Sagittarius. So we got, what, 3 more days? 4 more days inclusively. The Venus goes to the sign of Sagittarius on the 7th at the same time as Pluto goes direct. Yeah. So it's the Sagittarius is the sign of the archer. It's that moving forward, like letting the arrow fly towards our goals. And I feel that the Virgo moon is having that sort of slow vibe in Venus energy. It's not having it anymore. The Virgo moon is going, okay, let's start picking up the pace a little bit for when things, yeah, like let's not just sit back and be all lazy so that you get caught with your pants down in a way. It's like feminine and a masculine role. So I heard it's like a woman in a really good power suit. You know what I mean? Like the power suit, like this when sometimes when a woman puts on a power suit, it's like it changes the energy, right? It becomes very, you know, very empowered. All right, so it's not necessarily toxic. It's just empowered. So we have an extreme energy of empowerment here. And you know what? Your empowerment, that empowerment can challenge the way these cycles are. Yeah, the cycles have been and always been in a certain way, and things always present itself in this way. But when you are really sitting in your place of empowerment, it doesn't have to be the way that it always is, right? So yeah, this scorpionic streak of Venus is influencing us to push the limits now. Now we were uncomfortable for a while, but we're starting to push the limits. We're challenging patterns of old cycles, and I heard, look, speak up. If you're so divine feminine, why don't you prove it? Okay? You identify as a divine feminine, or maybe you don't. Maybe I'm just speaking to those of you who do identify as a divine feminine. Put your money where your mouth is. Okay? But it doesn't really matter. It's real empowerment. It doesn't matter what you identify as or what the energy is surrounding you is you are experiencing a sense of empowerment. Yeah, and you're feeling it inside. Now the universe is going, put that shit out there. Seriously, put it out there. Speak up. Let people see you for this. Let them experience it. Yeah, this energy can't stay inside of you. It can't. It can't just stay bottled up. You've got to let it. Got to let her blow. All right. What else do we have? Okay, and last but not least, we have the Sun in opposition to Chiron. So I have our wounds can swallow us right now. There's a serious potential for our old wounds and these old patterns to swallow us whole, for us to fall off the wagon, for us to fall into these old patterns again. But will we actually lay back and let them beat us up this time? We've done it before and it didn't serve us. So are we actually going to let that happen again? It's like this is a fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on you kind of deal. It's like, are you really going to just continue to subscribe to these old cycles and patterns that you really, really do truly know don't fit you? So in the past, when we were faced with Chiron energy, we didn't have the confidence to hold true to ourselves and actually do the healing. But that's not the case anymore. I'm hearing with the sun in Libra, opposing Chiron. Sorry, I feel like I'm at risk of wardrobe malfunctions with this shirt. I didn't really think about it. I just put anything on. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying. So that's it. That's it. What I said that time. Already. Yes. Okay, I'm going to pull you a card of the day from the Oracle of Mystical Moments. Let's see what we get. What have we got for today? Make or break. Weaving Flowers, number 33. Da-da-da, 2 energies. Aligning in a collaborative way, a communicative way. This brings me back to the, they're showing me what I was saying about the moon and Mercury. Yeah, the way that Mercury is retrograde, but the moon is in Virgo, so it fills that role of Virgo. Weaving Flowers. This has to do very much with bringing things into fruition. Yeah. Your eyes may be covered, but you are imagining, you are dreaming. It's, oh, what's that stupid cheesy song? I think I knew I loved you before I met you. I think I dreamed you into life. Yeah, cheesy. But hey, who doesn't love a good block of cheese? Yeah, you may be covered. Your eyes may be covered right now, but you're in a grounded place and you're actually bringing these flowers into fruition right now. You know that your destiny has been coming for you. Yeah, Pure Nature on the bottom here is number 7. Look at this is the woman that wears the flower as a dress. She is beautiful and yeah, I love this. Just staring down the next bloom that's just on the verge of opening up itself. Wow. It's interesting. I feel kind of it's like a rushy energy today in a way. It's almost like ooh, let's go. It's like It's like I can't sit still, won't sit still. Need to move. Need to go. Breakup. Oh. Somebody's going through a breakup. Is it an actual breakup? Quiet and a breakup. Okay. I don't know. Maybe somebody's going through a breakup. Maybe not. Either way, we've got this Om. This is like the Om sign, which is the unit of a resistor. So there's resistance happening right now. But yeah. This shows me also Libra. This is the sign of Libra. So maybe in Libra season, there was a lot of quiet going on about this breakup. You don't say. Sorry, it was a bird screaming. Yeah, I'm about to fletch you guys my boobs. Sorry, I'm trying not to. Here, let's just do this. Just put bag of tricks in there. Okay. In Libra season, everything was really quiet. It was really quiet. There was like nothing going on. But they're saying when Scorpio season happens, we're going to start feeling a little bit more bubbly energy, which happens pretty soon, if I'm not mistaken. It's the end of the month. But either way, Libra season is feeling quiet. Maybe some of you guys are experiencing a breakup, and that's why you're kind of sitting and being quiet. Or maybe you're somebody you're dealing with is super quiet and they're experiencing a breakup. Either way, there's like a severing of energies, like snip, 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 snip. And there's not a whole lot of talk about it. All right, it's pretty under wraps. Maybe that's what this Virgo moon is saying, is that like there is a lot of stuff going on right now, but there has not been a lot of talk about it. You don't know what's actually happening. All right. You really don't know what's actually happening. Self-love and tidy up. So don't really worry about it, okay? Deal with yourself. Deal with yourself. Maybe some of you guys have to pack it in. Maybe you guys have to, you got to clean it up a little bit. Streamline stuff. Remember I was talking about streamlining. Here we go, streamline. Deal with your approach now, okay? Tidy up that approach. Clean everything out. Because when that thing that's meant for you comes to you, you don't want to be that dickhead that throws it away right away. I'm just gonna, now that it's like resting in my boob, we might as well pull two more. Deja vu and not your fault. Okay, there are some of you guys. So remember, I've been talking a little bit about this dual energy. Some of you, we are all dealing with some sort of a situation where one energy has overgiven and has put up with a lot of shit from another energy, which has taken advantage of the first energy. Yeah, this is a vibe of these energies are going to collide again. Okay, there will be deja vu. There will be here we go again. But the thing is now is that energy that overgave before, they've washed their hands clean of this situation. Okay, they'd be okay if we did not do this round again. They're like that energy, the ones that are really feeling like they really were super patient with somebody for way too more than they deserved. You're sitting there going, if this comes in again, it's not because I asked for it. Okay, it's not me. I understand this cycle now, and I've done a lot of healing about it, and I could care less if it comes back anymore. If it comes back, it's because this other the person that took too much and that took advantage of the overgiver has something that has to go on. So if you've taken advantage of a situation and this thing comes up again, it's because you've not healed. You've not yet accepted fully your responsibility in this. But either way, I believe that this cycle will come back, and I don't think it's really anybody's fault. Do we really want to point fingers in the end? It's nobody's fault. There's a cycle that maybe you guys are both, okay, maybe that's it. Maybe you guys are both very much pointing fingers at each other. Now, okay, so I take back what I just said. That was I felt it was really stumbly when I was trying to channel it. It didn't feel right. And it's because both energies are pointing fingers at the other. It's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault that this cycle comes back. It has to. Okay, there's a lesson to be learned for both parties. Okay, both of us are learning from something. Everyone's learning from the situations that they're involved in. All right, everybody is. Okay, that's it for me. I will be back. I think I'm on live. Yeah, I'm live today. Is it today? Yep, I'm live today for the transit, and then I will be back on YouTube for the next couple of days. Moon goes to Libra on the 5th, so I'll be not, you guys don't really need to, don't worry about that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay. I'm sorry for anything you're going through if I made you feel a certain way. Thank you for being an amazing human being and lending your energy to this circuit. Sorry for nearly flashing you my boobs a whole bunch of times. Just feeling myself up this entire live. I'm probably going to get banned from YouTube now. Maybe I won't release this video. Maybe I'll make a new one. No, everything is all in time. I'm sorry for anything you're going through if I've made you feel a certain way. Thank you so much for being a beautiful, beautiful being and lending your energy to this circuit I hold so dear. I love you to the moon and the stars and to an infinity beyond and back. And I accept this, and I hope you do too. But if not, it's all good. Also, thank you to our guides and ascended masters and angels and all the energies that have given us these beautiful messages. You know the drill, guys. Bye. Gibberish mouth today. Seriously, I'm a mess. See you guys on the live. Bye.